When a spark plug doesn't work, it will not produce the spark, and it will not ignite fuel in a certain cylinder in your car. So when this happens, the engine will have two basic problems. It will start poorly, so you will have to crank it for a long time before it starts. And the second problem, it will misfire. Actually, misfiring causes all kinds of symptoms that you can use to identify that one of the spark plugs doesn't work in your engine. What is misfiring? Misfiring occurs when one or more cylinders in your engine don't fire in the proper time, and very often this happens because of the spark plug. It's not the only reason that can cause misfire, but very often it's all about the spark plug not giving the spark, not igniting the fuel. When this happens, engine power is reduced, engine is out of balance, so the engine starts shaking and vibrating. And in very bad cases, you can also hear knocking in the engine. So when it's not one cylinder but several cylinders, it may cause knocking in the engine. Also, in most cases, misfiring will cause check engine light on the dash of your car, and the codes behind this check engine light will be something like P0301, for example. It's the misfiring in the first cylinder, P0302, misfiring at second cylinder, and by looking at these codes, it becomes very easy to understand which exactly spark plug is malfunctioning. And for example, you can check if it's the spark plug by changing the cylinders. Like if it's P0302, for example, you can take the spark plug from the second cylinder and swap it with the first cylinder. And if the code changes to P0301, you are sure that it's exactly the spark plug, replace it and you'll be fine. If the code doesn't change, there is some other problem with the engine, like the coil problem, or maybe there is a problem with the cylinder, with the engine compression or something like that. Also, the code may be P0300. In this case, the engine computer detects misfiring in several cylinders. This may happen because of spark plugs, but usually because of very old rusty spark plugs that don't work at all. Also, misfiring engine will lead to low engine MPG, so you will get much higher fuel consumption than you should get in this engine. And one more symptom is the black smoke from the pipe, because not all fuel is burned. When the engine misfires, it doesn't ignite the fuel in the proper time, and this fuel goes down in the engine, and then some part of this fuel goes into the oil, and some part of this fuel goes into the exhaust system. And in the exhaust system, it's pretty hot there, and this fuel ignites and this fuel burns. But it burns not correctly, not like it should burn, and so it creates a lot of smoke, black smoke. And also it kills your catalytic converter. So if you drive with this check engine light, black smoke from the tailpipe, you drive for several days or weeks, you will probably destroy the catalytic converter because it overheats and these ceramic elements inside this catalytic converter start falling apart. Now, how long should these spark plugs last? Well, the OEM spark plugs in most modern engines will last about 40-50,000 miles. Honda spark plugs usually last much longer than that, up to 100,000 miles, but there are also aftermarket spark plugs that may last 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles, depending on the brand and depending on how lucky you are.